Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Saturday night. It's raining here. It's been steadily raining for like 3 days. I'm tired. I'm
Oh,
tired of the rain, but I guess we need it. So, and
we
as
had,
per
we had
usual, I started the
rain yesterday. Beautiful day
Oh,
today.
good. Well, you're lucky. I'm hoping to improve my fortunes tonight here with swapping sides.
I think it's likely, so we'll
I
see.
don't know. I don't know. You're like, I think you've got a streak going here. You're four in a row. Either you've got a streak or I've got a slump. I can't figure out what it is.
I think you got a
I
slump
think I'm in a
because
slump, but I think
yeah.
I think you're learning. So I think you have learned everything that I could teach you, and you have now taken off. So kicked you out of the nest. Um,
We'll see.
we are back here for round number 2 of Seven Pines. Roger's over there playing the Union forces tonight, and I will be taking on Johnston and his erstwhile Confederates and attempting to grab some stations, inflict some losses. I don't know. I don't know what the secret to this one is. But last week proved, if you've not watched it, of course we're going to be a little spoilery here, but if you haven't watched it, I just got it online, so you can jump out of here. Well, by the time you see this, it will already be online. So it's the vagary of time travel. But yeah, go
That's right.
watch that one. That was a very fun, a lot tenser than I think Roger or I expected it to be. So there's definitely something to this scenario. These little two-turners, you know. I think we both give them kind of short shrift now because we're like, yeah, whatever, 2 turns. But when it comes down to it, right there at the very end, we're both clawing and scratching for that last victory point and get every
That's
activation
right.
out of it. You know, I'm not going to belabor the scenario setup here. I will just very quickly go through all the major salient points here for the scenario. I don't think we did anything wrong last time. At least no one pointed anything out. Of course, they haven't had time to yet. But I'm going to assume that everything was good, and presuming no changes to this particular scenario in the future reprint of this, then we will play it again as the same tonight. So special rules are this: the scenario already has prescribed random events, so turn 1 will have rain, turn 2 will have no rain. That's easy. I will get the first action, first initiative, free initiative of turn 1. I cannot activate Longstreet or Pickett or R.H. Anderson, so they are off limits for the first free activation. Chickahominy is a major feature here. The Confederates cannot cross it at all, so that's straightforward. I don't even need to worry about the other side of it. It is impassable for both turns. This turn it is impassable except for bridges, of course, at all fords because of rain. And in the second turn, it will still be unfordable just because of the river being full. But there are 2 Union bridges there, the Grapevine Bridge and Sumner's Lower Bridge. Roger will have to make attempts to cross those. He will do a die roll, and they could potentially collapse under all the shaky weight of those armies crossing it. Some bridges are destroyed, as we see here on the map, and besides that, all fords are impassable otherwise. My movement restrictions, like I said, Longstreet can't move in the first turn. I've got Ripley, McLaws, and who's the other guy there? Ripley, McLaws, and Walker. They are all under not released. Starting from west to east, Walker there. There's a chance, as we saw last week, there's a chance he will not be released. He is not released until and unless a Union unit is either adjacent to it or at the end of turn 1 make a die roll on a 1 or 2, then he's potentially released. Ripley not released unless a Union unit gets adjacent to it, which I don't think that's ever going to happen. And then at the end of turn 1, he will automatically get released. And then McLaws up there under the breastworks cannot fight or activate at all until he is attacked. So those are the only 3 specific Confederate restrictions on this one. Union doesn't have any that I recall. Walker, we mentioned Walker's brigade. And then the bridges there, we'll talk about, well, Sumner has to make rolls for those. that was mentioned. And Johnston, there's a chance that Johnston will be injured per history if he ever engages in a grand assault attempt, and it's only about the attempt, so whether the attempt comes off or not at the end of whatever activity he is involved with, then he will make a die roll. On an even die roll, he is absolutely a-okay, unscathed. If he gets an odd die roll, then he is carried off the field on a stretcher with some kind of, hopefully not mortal wound, but he will be out of action as per the historical record. The victory point hexes are there in blue. We see that Nagley is under Fair Oak Station. Keys and Couch are over
Couch.
7 Pines. Heinzelman is guarding Savage's Station, and then Jameson's guarding Bottoms Bridge, and the Railroad Bridge is also there. The ones to the west, the two there were the 4th Corps are worth 3 victory points each for the Confederates, and the other 3 are worth 4 victory points each for the Confederates. And as we saw, a deciding factor there at the end of turn 2. So yeah, they changed hands quite a bit, as I recall in last week's game. So
yeah, we swapped back and forth, and I think it came down to pips.
It's always going to come down to the heartbreaker pips, right? 1 or 2 pips. Yeah. That's all right.
And that's where they've been breaking my way for the last, as you mentioned, 4 games. So
it certainly makes it for interesting viewing, but it's a heartbreaker nonetheless. Nobody wants to lose at the goal line, right?
Yeah.
But any opening thoughts before we get underway?
More enjoyable than I was expecting it to be. I thought it would be kind of just a slugging match, and it actually turned into some nice flanks moves on both our parts.
It did.
So we'll see what happens tonight here.
Right. It was. I mean, I can only presume that, like last time, we will roll 1s on movement across the board for all of us, either side. If that does not happen tonight, then yeah, it's potentially a whole new ball game in turn 2, because there could be setting up of things that did not happen before. But I took some mental notes about when I watched it again editing last week, and saw some of the things that you did, and I thought there were some really good setups. The one thing I was kicking myself about was the when Keys had the option, when Keys escaped from the flank box, I said, no, I'm not going to advance out of 7 Pines, because I wanted to hold on to the victory point location, because I figured, why would you do that? Why would you give it up? Well, if I had been thinking long term, 2 or 3 initiatives later, he would have stayed out of the potential thrashing that he ended up getting from Hugere. So there are cases to be made mentally for treating this like a chess match, and not just thinking about the very next initiative, but thinking 3 and 4 beyond. Of course, I have hindsight in that capability now. But, I need to start just paying attention to, well, yeah, maybe I give up the victory point location for the moment and then come back to it later. And that's the way you typically play the campaign games anyway, because you don't need to always break your neck getting there right now. There will be time. Sometimes. Not always. Anyway.
2 turns, it's like, I think we both struggled last time with, we're on the march. Do we wait?
Right.
Or attack on the march? Do we try to set up something more?
There were at least 2 opportunities for each of us where we sat there. And it's funny, when I was editing it and I cut out the thinking time of where we both hemmed and hawed, like, I really want to do it now, but I should wait. And then I think in one case I said, I'm going to wait, and then I lost the initiative, and you're like, I'm going to do it now. And, so it's never the right choice. Whatever. Yeah. Fate says, aha.
And I think we both thought we'd get this done in one night because of those calculating odds. I'm looking artillery modifier. Oh, that's going to be -1. But if I can hold on and get a prepared attack, then I can get rid of that. Because these are coming down to 1 pips rolls. So it's like trying to scrape out that extra +1 or not to get the -1.
And I was surprised at how many of them, even with, like, on a couple of your attacks where you had, like, a +5 or a +6, and when you get the 6-1 split, and it still comes out even, that's, that's the worst kind of impulse, So hopefully we can avoid all kinds of messes like that tonight. But I say that in adorable optimism right at the beginning of the recording, and then I see it afterwards. I'm like, "Oh, Patrick, you fool!"
Yeah, right.
So, well, good luck to you, sir. I'll let
good luck to you.
I'll let you do your opening transfers, and then we will be underway.
Well, let's see. I'll move Heinzelman down to hooker, and that's going to be it for me, I think.
Okay. And I think if we're both mimicking what the other guy did last week, I liked you moving Johnston to DHL, so I'm going to do that as well. And I guess we will proceed. I have not given any thought whatsoever to my opening move, but let us take the opportunity for the free initiative. DHL will activate Rhodes and Garland. And here is our rainy move, +1. Okay, see? It's great!
Get these ones out of the way now
right.
on the rain day.
Alright, so they'll just move there, and Rhodes will move up there. Okay, here's our first regular initiative, and it's mine. Garland will go to 2, and here's movement. Alright, so he will just go 1 hex to there. Initiative. It is now yours, and you can activate as many as you'd like.
Okay. I'll activate Casey. Here's his movement. It's a 2. Oh, he's just going to do a min move back to there. So initiative. It's yours.
Okay. I think we'll activate Hoosier and get him into the fight kind of early. So here's his movement. And it is a 2. So go there. Initiative. It's yours again.
Activate 1 unit. So Summer's going to activate Richardson. Here's his movement. 4. He's going to attempt to cross the bridge 4 or less. It's a 1, so he does get to go. So he can just do min move 1, I think, because it's a swamp.
Yeah, they presume that when you build a bridge that there are 2 connecting roads now. So you do have another 2 that you could move. But I don't know that you could get into Carney's Hex from there.
Yeah, you can't get into Carney's Hex from there anyway. So yeah, he's just going to stop there. So initiative. It's yours.
Okay. Hoosier again. Here's his movement. It's 3, so he'll go 1.5, 3. Initiative. Mine again. Okay, so now we'll have Longstreet activate Pickett, Anderson, and the artillery. There's their movement. It's 3. So looks like we'll just go 1 there, and presuming that artillery reserve would go first. Go. Alright. Initiative. It's mine again. Longstreet will activate them both again. And here's their movement. Alright. Do that. Initiative. It's yours.
Which means I can activate 2 units if I want to activate 2 units. I'll activate Carney. This is movement. It's 4. He's going to go 2, 4. Initiative. The 6. Sumner will activate Sedgwick and Richardson. Here's their movement. 4. Richardson's going to go 2, 4. Here's the bridge roll. Was it 4 or less? Oh, 4 or less, okay. So he's going to cross the bridge. 2, 2, 4. And initiative. It's yours.
Alright. DHL will activate Garland to 3. Yes, movement and extended march, okay.
Extended march, yeah.
Initiative. It's mine again. Alright. Longstreet will activate Pickett and the artillery reserve to 3. Come on, give us some good movement here. Alright, so 5. So, do extended march for artillery reserve first. And it flips. But they have enough to get to there. And Pickett now. He's okay. And he also gets to there. Alright. Initiative. It is yours, sir.
Sumner will activate Sedgwick. Here's his movement. It's 3. It's going to 2 to their initiative. That's yours.
Okay.
Smushed him, I guess.
Yeah, I could feel you agonizing over the force march choice. That means I have
to go one whole hex.
Yeah, right. I've got to make an attempt now, or else I'm going to lose what little flank I have. Let's see. We'll make an attempt to assault on Casey and Nagley at Fair Oak Station. So D.H. Hill activates Garland. They increase their fatigue to 4. And here is their command roll. It goes off. All right.
Fine.
Johnston, ever the aggressor, will attempt a grand assault. So here's that roll. And it does not go off. Bum, bum, bum.
He's a 4. Okay.
Yes. All right. So we will come back to. Well, actually, you know what? Before any of that, let's go ahead and roll to see if Johnston is removed from the game. So on an even, he is okay, and he is gone. Caught a bullet for his troubles.
Oh wow.
Yes. So we will relieve him of command. Oh no. See, I'll relieve him, make him lead. No. Sadly, no. That's not the way it works tonight. Okay. So he is gone. D.H. Hill goes in without command and control. So, I've got a +1 for assault, got +2 for tactical, +1 for final flank, and then my minus is -1 because it's raining, and -1 because of the ratio of 17 to 18. Here's the die roll for artillery. And I will get it. Okay, so powder is still wet. So
yep.
I see assault tactical flank, that's 4. -2 for rain and ratio. So +2? Is that what you see?
+2, yeah.
Alright. With a little bit of luck tonight, here we go. +2 Confederates. And it's +2. We drive them out.
2.
And I've got 17. So
1 DR for me.
Yeah, so it's a 1 and 1, looks like. So
this guy. He's got Casey's going to flip. Increases T. I have to go 2 to 4 hexes. 1, 2. What's that? Gestation. And the hex is yours.
okay, so I took a manpower loss from that. So he comes down to 16, and he flips. And he... This is the interesting... This is the interesting part, because we know that Sumner and Keys are gearing up here. So I have to decide whether I want to gamble on the next initiative. And I will gamble on the next initiative. I will not advance into Fair Oak Station. Right now, somebody watching this is going, "You dolt! What are you doing? You always take ground."
Not always. I think makes sense to not do it.
Well, yeah. All right. So here's the next initiative. Is it mine? It is mine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was worth it. Longstreet then will activate Pickett and the artillery reserve to 4. And here's their movement. So it's a 6. So he...
A 6.
Yeah, Longstreet's going to transfer to Pickett. We'll do artillery reserve first. So here's their extended. They're okay. So they go into there. And then Pickett's extended. He's okay. So they'll go 1 into there. And yeah, I guess it makes sense to use the opportunity while it presents itself. Alright, so we'll make a prepared attack on Keys and Couch. So +1 prepared, +1 tactical, +2 final flank. The artillery, there's going to be a die roll for that. So here's the die roll. And it is also not used. -1 for rain. So +3.
Final is +3 is what I have.
Yep. Alright. Here we go. +3 Confederates. Oof. -1. Repulsed. Okay. And -1 is a 1D. And you get 2F.
2 fatigues, yep. Yeah.
We will take it off Pickett. And one loss for me. And you may make a voluntary retreat if you'd like.
No, I think I'll stay there.
Okay. Here's the next initiative. It's yours, with 1 available.
Summer will activate Sedgwick. Here's their movement. 4. Extended march. He's got the flip. So that was not worth trying. They'll move 1 to there. Got 2 left. Our initiative. It's mine with a 6. And I'm going to pass.
Okay. I'm going to activate. Here's their movement. It's 2. So, it's 3 now. They can go. Smith and Whiting will go first. 1.5, 3. And 1.5. Sadly, can't go any farther. Alright, initiative. It's mine again. Rhodes will march to fatigue 2. Here's his movement. It's a good thing we don't have far to go. So do that. Initiative. Back to you.
Gonna activate Couch with Keys. Here's their movement. Actually, I'm just gonna put up a flanks refuse marker.
Okay.
So he does need an extended march though for that. Yeah. 2, so he's okay. Initiative. It's yours.
Activate Hoosier. And here's his march. It's 2. So minimum 2 is his, so 1.5. Initiative. It's yours again. Oh, excuse me. Before I overlooked the extended march. Here's that. He's okay. Now it's yours.
I'm gonna pass.
Smith activates Hood and Whiting again. Here's their march. 7. 2. 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Okay. Initiative. Mine again. We'll keep them there for the moment. Keep them fresh. Do I want to make a play for 7 Pines, or do I just need to have patience? And I think I will have patience and pass.
I will pass as well.
Okay, so we are done with turn number 1. You recover in the rain. We have recovered. We'll advance the turn marker, and Ripley is now available to me. And do I get Walker with a 1 or a 2? So here we go for that. Hey, I get Walker. Okay.
Got it.
Reminder River's still unfordable, but you've got everybody on. Yeah, that's not even a factor anymore. I can't cross.
Mm-hmm.
So we're ready for turn number 2. Victory points, as we do. I'm sitting at -1 manpower losses, but I have +3 for Fair Oak, so I'm sitting at 2 victory points. Hurrah! I need 11.
11.
Yep.
So 9 more for you.
Yes. Okay. So it is going to take a little bit of chicanery, I think is probably the term I'm going to use tonight. Kind of weasel my way around and get some points where I can. But I think it is time for your leader transfers.
I'll move Heinzman to Kearney. I think I'll leave Keys up there in the middle, and Summer. Yeah, I'll leave him where he is as well. So that's it for me.
Okay.
Heinzman.
Well, I will move Johnston by ambulance farther from a field hospital into Richmond proper. Get that
This is fun.
bullet wound looked
Robert E. Lee can come riding into the field
right?
after.
I mean, he should be having a council of war right now. All right.
I guess historically, Smith got promoted.
Smith did for a day, yes, and then Jefferson Davis said, "Yeah, Robert, why don't
he didn't know what he was doing."
Yeah, that was a very good passage where he was literally. He's like, he literally told them to just do what you were doing earlier today. And the troops were like, we didn't know what we were doing today. Boy, the Michael Scott of Richmond defense. All right.
Good enough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I will leave Longstreet where he is, because I'd rather have him facing off against Sumner than just Pickett. So, and Smith will stay where he is, and yeah, D.H. Hill, he will stay with Garland as well. So we'll have all the leaders facing off. So I will let you do the honors for the first initiative.
And here we go.
Yours. Right. Longstreet's going to activate R.H. Anderson, and here's his march. +1. It's a 6.
6.
So he will transfer to R.H. Anderson, and they will make a prepared attack on Couch. So here's what we got. We got +1 prep, we got +1 tactical, +2 final flank. So we need a roll for artillery. So here we go. Here's the roll. And artillery is used, so that'll make up for the rain, apparently. I see 4 up and 1 down.
Finals +3, yeah.
Okay, so +3 for the Confederates. Here we go. Why do I chase it? Why, Roger? Why do I chase it? Why does it elude me?
Had to make that attack.
It always eludes me.
Let's see.
0.
What's a disorganization for me?
It's probably a 1D for me at 13. Yeah, so D and 1D. All right. So he is done for the day, for the game. Back there, and I give you another one. And I
Keys
still...
is my MVP tonight.
What's that? Yeah, Keys, right.
Keys has turned out to be the MVP tonight.
That's right. All right, initiative. It's yours. And yes, it is a slump. Now officially a slump. So.
Yeah, I think this is a slump. The die rolls were flipped last week. I'm gonna attempt. Yeah, Summer's gonna attempt an assault on. Let's see, what's Pickett and Artillery Reserve. Sedgwick. So here's the attempt. It's a 5. What is Summer's? A 4. So it does not come off. So much for that spoiling attack. Initiative. It's yours.
Hoosier will march. The savior of Seven Pines. And he gets a 2. Because I can't do anything but that. So 1, 2. Initiative. Mine again. Smith activates Hood and Whiting. There's the march. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Initiative. It's mine again.
Keys is feeling a tad surrounded.
But he is the MVP so far. Smith will activate Hood to fatigue level 2. To march. +1. Gets a 6. Smith will transfer to Hood. And they will attempt a prepared attack on Couch. So it is just a +1 for prep. +2 final flank. And then here's the die roll for the artillery, which is again used. Man. That is all I see. Is just a +2 now.
+2.
All right, +2. Here we go.
Yeah.
So it's +2. Hooray!
Cassie's driven out of there. 1 DR.
And a 1 DA. So each
Trade
trade.
for the day. There's a manpower. He has a retreat option. He'll go with the car, so you can go 1. Like that. 2. We'll pile everybody up there.
Okay.
Well, except Richardson, he doesn't get to go. He stays there. Okay, that was a mess.
All right. So Smith will advance in and take 7 Pines. Initiative. It's yours with 2.
I'm going to pass.
Forcing my hand. Activate Ripley. Here's his march. 2. 1, 2. Initiative. Mine again. Activate Walker. Here's his march. 2. Say it with me, kids. 1, 2. Initiative. Mine again. I will compliment you on your placement of units because you have created a impassable minefield of units. But I think you know that.
Yeah, I like where I've got everybody right now.
Right there. It's a really good assortment of places. It's like hedgehogs before the tanks.
3 of them are behind creeks. And
Yep. And none of them, I mean, there's no setting up of any flanks without being flanked yourself. Boy, I sure wish I had an army commander at this point. That would make my life a lot,
that was bad
a lot
right
of
there.
light. Yeah. That's why we play, man. It's narrative. You sure you don't play this professionally? You're sure about that, right?
Yeah, but I've watched a lot of videos
Oh,
by
okay,
a guy
wow.
named Patrick Pence.
Yeah. Those who can't do teach, apparently. So I'm going to talk this out here and just see if something occurs to me for everybody's benefit. I got to get Savage's Station or Railroad Bridge or Bottoms Bridge, and I got to do it without taking any more manpower losses, because I got -2 on that. In the comments section, posit how you would do such a thing with this layout here. We should have a challenge every month, every week when we do this. I'm sure there are sharks out there going, "Of course, you fool, do this." This is like looking at a chessboard going, I don't see it. Let's go big or go home here. Longstreet activates Picket and the artillery reserve. They will go to fatigue level 2. Here's their movement. It's a 2. Longstreet transfers to Picket. Artillery reserves. It gets a extended march. They're okay. They're going to go there. Picket's extended march is okay still, and they will go there. Initiative, it's mine. Smith will activate Whiting, and here's their movement. It's 3, excuse me. Transfers to Whiting. They'll go 1, 2. All right, initiative. Still mine. Okay. Longstreet will attempt an assault on Richardson. So we'll go to fatigue level 3. Here's the command roll. Activating both units. And it does not come off. Damn it. Alright. Initiative. Yours.
Okay. Sumner's going to activate attempt an assault with Sedgwick on Longstreet's group there, Picket and Artillery Reserve. There's the attempt. 4, and that does come off.
Does indeed.
Use the 1. The ratio is 0. Type is going to be a +1. Tactical is going to be a -1. Flank is a +2. There's no creek. Artillery, I have 4 pieces to your 7. So it's a -3, which is a die roll. So even it's used. It's an odd. So it's
all I had was my artillery.
Artillery is a 0. So the final is 3 up, 1 down. So the final is a +2.
+2.
+2. Might give you some points here. And the result is a -1. So I think that did give you some points.
So you're 12 and it's a 1D, yep. And fatigued him out completely.
Manpower. He's done for the day as well. Still leaves Richardson in trouble. Initiative. It's yours.
This is a great puzzle again tonight. Just assessing the debits and the credits. What you still got on the board, what I've still got to do, what I can do, what I'm unlikely to do. I hate when things are kind of on rails, but I have to do them this way. So Smith will activate Whiting for an assault on Richardson. I mean, I think you were prescient in that. Here's the attempt. Command. It's okay. It goes. Alright. So before anything, let's do the artillery roll on even. It's a -1. And it is always a -1.
Ooh.
Alright, so +1.
Yeah, we had almost no artillery last
I know,
week.
it's just unbelievable.
Attacks.
Prepared, tactical, and then I got a +2 flank on him. Nothing coming off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then I got a -1 artillery and a -1 creek. So 4 up, 2 down. Oh no, and ratio 2. 4 up, 3 down. Damn. 13 to 16, so -1 in ratio there. So yeah, it's just a +1. This is, yeah, I need a little help with this one, but this could be sealing it for me. +1, Confederate. Alright, so it is a +2.
+2. 16 for me is a 1 DR.
And a 13 for me is a 1 DR, or 1 DA. So, 1 and 1.
He has to fit 2 to 4 hexes. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to stop at the railroad bridge.
Okay. Smith will... So giving us both 1 manpower loss. No harm, no foul on that. Did not take, apparently. There we go. That's better. And he will not advance. Keep Heinzelman in check there. Initiative. It's mine again. So now, okay, the Ripley will activate, and he'll go 5. So 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Mine again. DH Hill will activate Rhodes. Excuse me. Here's his movement. It's 4. We'll transfer down to him. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. Mine again. You've got 18 and I've got 6. Even if I get that, that's 4 victory points.
If you knock me out of those, you're not guaranteed to get manpower loss. Oh, you won't suffer any manpower loss.
Oh, you know who you sound like? You sound like Brer Rabbit. You want me to attack you.
Well, I'm not saying I want.
Well, you have escape routes, so it's not like, you know, it's not going to be. I mean,
I won't lose any on the retreat.
Right. I just.
So it's a minus.
Well, it's -2 for ratio, -1 for it. So there's -3 right there between ratio and artillery. +1 tactical, +1 artillery. So that brings it to -1. So it's, I mean, you did it last week, but I don't know. I don't know that I've got the chutzpah to do it.
I guess I'm not seeing what else you can try at this point.
I don't either. Yeah.
To force my hand.
No, you're right. You're right. I think we've come to the impasse here, because there's no way I'm going to get any of those 3, and I'm not going to get enough manpower losses to make up for it. So, and I don't want to dig the hole deeper, because you know how I love that. I can't get Huger around in time because he's only got 3 activations. So he's not going to get around Heinzelman. Smith can't do anything. D.H. Hill. If I could have gotten Garland around without all that traffic jam, you know, at the station and everything, if I could get him around and have both of them there, maybe. But I don't think I got a shot at this. So yeah, there's another thing I want to try. I might be able to make it work.
I'm obviously committing myself to not letting you do what
right. That's right.
No matter what, I was not going to move Hooker unless I absolutely positively had to. You staying
all
played.
Right. So I think I'm going to do this. I will. I'll activate Rhodes to 2, and he's going to do a movement. Yeah. So we'll do a march. Here's the march. Ugh. Just tease me, why don't you?
Now you don't. You can't use it.
Man, do I take the prepared attack and have -1, or do I risk? You know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna do this, and hope I get the next initiative. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So here we go. Here's the next initiative. Nope. All right.
Well. So yeah, Keyes is going to attempt an assault with Casey. Here's the attempt. It does come off. So the ratio is covered. It's a -1 tactical, +1 type. Artillery is +3, so there's no effect. And the final flank is
+3, because those are all just provisional swamps, so they don't come off.
So that's the final +3. +3. It's a +4.
Telling you, man, it's just not in the stars for me. All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
All right. So it's 6 and a 4 is another. So I give you a manpower loss. So there, and I think that will shut the door on it. And he'll go 1, 2. Actually, let's go 2, 3, and 4. You can advance if you'd like.
No, I'll stay put.
Yeah.
I'll leave Casey where he is. Yeah, initiative. Chores. Okay. There's your initiative. Sorry.
Ripley will increase fatigue. Here's his march. It's 5. Here's his extended march. It's okay. So he'll go to there. Initiative. Yours.
I'll pass.
Okay. Ripley will go to fatigue level 4. Here's his march. It's good. Here's his extended march +1. He's okay. We'll go there. Initiative. Yours.
Attempt an assault with Casey on Ripley. Here's the attempt. So it's that does come off. So it's 7 to 5. I think it's the same thing we did last time.
Okay.
5 is a DR. And Casey's done. So.
And he will go. Okay.
I'm a pass. So
okay. Sneaky. All right. Walker increases fatigue. He goes. Yelp. That's right. That's okay. Minimum 2, so they'll go 1, 2. Initiative. Mine again. Walker to 3. Here it goes. It's 3. Extended march. It's okay. Killing myself for nothing here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. It's yours.
I'll pass again.
Okay. Hoosier goes to 2. Here's his march. 3. 1, 2. Initiative. Mine again. Hoosier again. Oh, you know what? And he had an extended march in the last one, so let's do that. Extended march. He's okay. Here's his march for this one. 5. Here's his extended march +1. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And finally, initiative. That last one, Huger to 4. Here's his march. He's good. Extended march +3 now. He flips. Flip. And he will go there. Alright, initiative. Mine. DH Hill activates Garland to 2. Here's the march. It's 4. You transfer to Garland. Extended march for Garland is now. He's okay. Alright, all of that. All of that for this. One last hurrah. DH Hill makes a prepared attack on Bull Sumner. So +1 prep. +1 tactical. And it is even on ratio. That's good. It is +4 final flank. And
die roll
Die
for the
roll for
artillery
artillery.
again.
So here's the die roll for artillery. And die roll. Every one of my attacks against you have yielded artillery and rough. You got some good cannoneers, man. I'm telling you. -1 creek and -1 artillery. So I see 6 up and 2 down.
Yep, final +4.
Alright. So, +4 Confederate. Here goes. Yep.
Oh.
You knew that was going to happen. You just, come on.
Yeah,
These things.
I was kind of hoping something wouldn't happen like that.
It's alright. It's alright. If people can learn through my misfortune, all the better. So it's a
11
+1
is a
on
D
11.
for me.
It's a 1D. So I'll give you another manpower loss, and I think that's probably a pretty good place to put a pin in it. Wouldn't you say? I would.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll make it official here. It is your initiative.
I'll pass.
And I will pass as well. And we will end the folly at Seven Pines here with a final score of, let's see, I have 6 points. Yes, I have 6 points for stations and -3 for manpower. So a final score of 3, which is, in fact, a Union substantive. And more important, I think that is the Roger streak, the Roger train continues.
Yeah. Yeah, which is amazing.
Oh boy. So
yeah, you're in a. This is less my streak and more just slump.
I don't know.
I mean,
I've come to terms with dice as a whole and the Vassal die roller specifically, and we could spend hours just debating the veracity of that argument. And I literally go get popcorn when that breaks out online. in all the various fora, when people go, it's not random, it is random, shut up. So there are some people out there watching this right now going, yep, you're damn right. So but you're right, you just have to make your best shot, and you try, and if it goes against you, I mean, it just as easily goes against you when you're rolling physical dice on a table at a tournament. Mm-hmm. You just have to be a little more physically gracious. You have to just grin and bear it and go off to the bathroom and grind your teeth or something. I don't. But yeah, no, we're doing this for funsies. But if there is a Murphy's Law for this, I am proving it week in and week out. Of you set up the attack, what could possibly go wrong? Cannon explodes.
Yeah.
Right. So. But I still like the scenario. I mean, for what it is, a 2-turn, very competitive. You could certainly use this in a tournament environment. I don't see anything that's inherently imbalanced by it, but it is dice dependent, of course, like all of them.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Well, last week I pretty much wrecked Keys's core that first day.
Yeah.
I mean, and that changed what you were going to do. You had to then. Commit behind someone to try to stop me from moving right down the railroad, which opened up that flank, and just where I was able and just sit and let those guys sit there, and that was
and I think the only thing I did opening differently was I slightly did something different with Hill, whereas you had moved him south and I moved him north. I guess I don't recall, but you were much quicker about bringing Longstreet and Pickett in after the restriction was lifted. I waited about 3 activations. So there was a traffic cop element to this tonight that I could have thought through better. But, of course, losing Johnston on the first Grand Assault was hard. that made me have to adjust. So.
Yeah, that would have been very helpful to have him to bust open Keys there, because I was just able to let him sit there and just get hammered on. You hammered on him 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. 3 times, and then right there at the end, I was killing myself just to set up a flank where I would make Sumner. I mean, I was on. You were right about that was my plan. Was okay. I'm gonna leave Garland up there just as a. I thought about moving him into 1425, but I didn't want to flip him disorganized going over that creek, just to set up, potentially, because then if Sumner went southwest, well, that sucked, So I was trying to get him enveloped and then force him, obviously, with 3 attempts there to put somebody into 1527 to force his retreat path through the swamp twice in order to force a couple of manpower losses, but it was not the cost benefit on that was not worth it. Because you thumped me twice, and that cost 2 manpower losses. So,
but again, that was a good. What you should win 60% of the initiatives.
True.
Something like that.
Yeah.
With the
and each one, it was like I won it. I got him into place. You won it, and then I won it. I got him into place. Then you won it. So, you just somebody somewhere is smiling right now, going, "Ha ha! Watch, dance, puppet, dance."
Like I said, it's a slump. It's not brilliant play by me. It's a slump.
Well, I mean, I like you. I wanted to throw them into the meat grinder at Savage's station. Just send poor Rhodes in there with just go. But even a -1 is even I pause at a -1 attack. So. Barring any kind of flank assistance whatsoever, and I figured, well, even if I get it, then Heinzelman's just going to come roaring up and just bounce me out of there. So, no, this is fun. I appreciate the schooling once again.
Giving way too much credit.
No, I think your setup tonight was really good as far as the layout of units and keeping a lot of stuff in reserve. So don't discount. You've certainly come a long way from the first time we played Cedar Mountain.
I will. Yeah, I will. I actually rewatched that Cedar Mountain here over the long Christmas break because I was like looking for comments. And,
right.
And I was like, wow, that was really stupid what I did there. I think I think I had a suicidal attack with one. Who was that? I just kind of drove him right up the road.
Yeah.
And you flanked him like three turns in a row. And I was like, okay, let's not do that again.
Right. But if you out there in Cyberland have enjoyed watching this, we hope we're keeping you entertained nonetheless with the folly of dice rolling here. Please take a moment, click subscribe, and like this one if you like it. If you don't, that's cool. If you have suggestions about what we could have done differently or how you have played this differently in the past or just anything you want to say, we love to get your feedback. You can type it right down there in the comments below. And we are now officially halfway through on to Richmond. Next will do the great circuit around McClellan with Stewart's Ride. That will occupy us the next 2 plays. So that's all cavalry. And it's funny, it's 6 turns, but they even make allowances that it could potentially be done in 3 turns. So we will see how we can get Jeb moving to ride around McClellan, as it were. And we should have some fun with it. So we're glad you're along for the ride, and thanks for the game, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Well, on behalf of Roger and myself, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you all here next time. Have a good one.
Goodbye.